Round 4 begins now.
I'm looking. C-A-L. I have no idea what this word is.
Rock solid, a well-oiled machine, an absolute unit. These are all descriptions you would use when talking about the most powerful, most successful alliance in Big Brother history, the Regulators. You have Keith, the shot caller, Cassie, the siren, Dominic, the point man, and Lawan. How could you forget Lawan, the self-sabotaging assassin? Starting day one, they made it all the way to the final 4 and
by a vote of 6 to 4, 9 to 0, 7 to 1, 6 to 0. Keith, Cassie, Dominic, Lawan, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Keith's angels and enemies, welcome. My name is Peridiam, and let's talk about the most powerful alliances in Big Brother history. Besides the Regulators, of course. There have been a metric ton of alliances in Big Brother. So much so, it's sometimes difficult to differentiate where one starts and another ends. And then how exactly do you define being the most powerful, as I put in the title? Is it overall placement, number of affiliates, votes controlled, comp wins? Or what about all of those? To make this video more interesting and not just more of the same, I'm going to make one major caveat to the term alliance. I'm not going to be including alliances that were just merely duos, as in 2 people. Because if I did, I can already tell you the top 3, and while I do think there's a fun discussion to be had there, I'm more interested in looking at a larger group beyond the realm of just BFFs and no one else. So that does mean no Chilltown, no Renegades, the Hitmen, half of Big Brother 13, 18, or all of Big Brother 6. I want to find the most powerful groupings, legitimate groupings, not the faux Legions of Doom or the Silent Six, nor alliances that lasted like 3 weeks and then fell apart the moment they faced a little adversity or inner turmoil, heaven forbid. Actual alliances that held together, that proved the naysayers wrong, that dominated the game as best they could. So without further ado, I crunched the numbers. These are the top 5 most powerful alliances in Big Brother history. May their unwavering loyalty and writing and dying be forever remembered. Number 5. A wise man once said, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably the 5th most powerful alliance yet. The Quack Pack from Big Brother 14. Yes, that was actually what they said, and that was the actual name of the alliance.
We can do our name.
Hold on, let me just guess some. Quack Pack.
Nope.
Duck Squad.
No.
Ducktail.
No.
Does it have anything to do with a duck?
No, but I do like the Quack Pack.
I kind of like that too.
The Quack Pack?
No, we can just do this. That can be our symbol.
1, 2, 3.
Quack pack.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
It's a freaking Quack Pack.
I will say before I get into the weeds of this video, the difference between what I believe are the top 5 most powerful alliances is overall a pretty slim margin across the board. In the case of the Quack Pack, you would think an alliance of 5 people that managed to get 4 of them in the top 4 and the last one in 8th would be somewhere higher than maybe 5th, but I would say 5th is actually pretty damn good in the overall scheme of the series of the show. And also just looking at the board in the top 4, the competition is pretty tough. As far as my personal opinion goes, I loved the Quack Pack. They dominated the endgame of BB14, had an eclectic group of different players that really gelled together when the going got tough. Dan definitely plotted to remove Ian as soon as possible, as he was sort of the 5th wheel, but against his best wishes, Ian held firm and said, No, Dan, I will take you to the final 2 and I will beat you whether you like it or not. That is totally how it went down. As far as the power of the Quack Pack went, they had 14 competitions across the board, which is really impressive. And they really only lost Brittany in 8th place because they had no other choice. They also worked with 2 affiliates in Boogie and Frank in the pre-jury to create a separate alliance called the Silent Six. Now, I don't have them higher for a very small reason. Believe it or not, winning 14 competitions, while it does sound impressive, is actually on the low end of this top 5, but it is on the high end of the overall scheme of alliances in Big Brother. And while I don't think it's vital to win competitions, I do need something to differentiate between the top 5. Likewise, I do find it more impressive when an alliance forms earlier in the season, and for the Quack Pack, they began in week 4 out of 10, as opposed to some alliances which started much earlier. A lot of the post-jury drama in BB14 was around this alliance somehow staying together in spite of Dan slicing and dicing his way to the top, and it kind of made the rest of them look a little too precious for my liking. Don't get me wrong, they were very powerful and very successful, but I think the top 4 stood out a little more to me. Number 4. The fourth most powerful alliance in Big Brother history, with 18 competition wins, an average placement of 4.6, and only one incorrect vote cast all season. It's one of the most well-known alliances in Big Brother history, the Detonators. And you're probably about as surprised as I am that I didn't have them higher in this list.
So us five are gonna be like, we're gonna be set in stone with a name. I love it.
Yeah, no, we need to do this right now.
This is exciting.
This is exciting. Okay.
So what would it be?
Let's not f this up, squad.
Yeah, let's
That's what our name is.
The Jiggly Jokers.
What? That's so stupid.
The Jiggly Jokers.
Why don't we?
Fine, Christine, you got any better
No, I
ideas?
don't have anything better.
How about the detonators?
For those of you who don't remember, the Detonators were an alliance of 5 from Big Brother 16, who were Derek, Cody, Frankie, Christine, and Zach. And they managed to get 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th, and 9th overall. Some people consider Caleb in this group, but technically speaking, he wasn't. He was actually just in the dark, thinking they were still a different alliance, the Bomb Squad. But the Bomb Squad blew up thanks to Devin, and then later Caleb and Amber's drama, so the rest of them picked up the pieces and formed the 4th most powerful alliance ever. The Detonators are well known for controlling pretty much every single elimination on their way to the end, with only a few minor obstacles along the way. Now, I personally have them above the Quack Pack because they won more competitions, exercised more control, were able to lose one of their own to their own benefit, and they formed around the same time as the Quacks, but managed to mostly stay together in a larger casted season. They did have the same serious drama with Frankie and Zach at one point. I don't think that helped them in my estimation, but they worked out the kinks where it mattered most to keep each of their 5 in the top 8, until the battle back at least. What they managed to achieve as a group was incredibly impressive. They set records for level of control, but I do still think 3 did even more. Number 3. Now this next one might truly be a blindside for some of you out there. To my estimation, the 3rd most powerful alliance ever goes to, drumroll please, the Scamper Squad from Big Brother 17, a group consisting of Steve, Liz, Vanessa, Austin, and Julia, forming in week 3, originally known as Freaks and Geeks, but CBS didn't let that fly, so instead they scampered.
What about the Freaky McGeeks?
I like the Freaky Geek Squad.
No.
We're not a geek squad.
We're not a geek squad though.
Cool people
2 people
too.
out of the group have glasses. The Scamperers.
Team Scamper.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's good.
I love it.
The Scamper Squad.
Many attribute the level of dominance to the original alliance, the 6th Sense, which includes Shelly and Clay and didn't include Steve, but the Scamper Squad, similar to the Detonators, formed like a hardened steel, being crafted through the trials and tribulations of the weaker, earlier molds. That is to say, Clelly's poor social games brought the 6th Sense down a notch, whereas dumping them for Steve proved to only boost their power in the end. Also, not for nothing, Steve won the season. That doesn't hurt their stats either. Believe it or not, the Scamper Squad also won a total of 18 competitions from the moment they formed in week 3 until the finale, tying the record with the Detonators. The Scampers had an overall higher level of placement, given all 5 of them made up the top 6. While the Scampers did vote incorrectly more than any other alliance in this top 5, and similar to the Detonators and the Quack Pack, also targeted each other at several points in the season, what matters most is that they ultimately held firm, either in spite of or because of their level of dominance to reach the end. I wouldn't be crazy if I said that this was probably the ugliest path to victory for any of the alliances in this top 5, but it was pretty damn unpredictable, all things considered. And by the way, they also did this amidst the largest cast in Big Brother history, having the smallest, most powerful alliance of this top 5 in relation to the number of people that they were up against in their cast. When I first started making this list, I wasn't entirely expecting to have them at number 3, but I gotta give credit where it's due. The Scamper Squad did it. Number 2. You might say I'm calling this one a little too early, but the truth is, I think the top 2 are far and away the 2 most powerfully dominant alliances in all of Big Brother, and the numbers are all here to back them up. I could honestly make a case for my number 2 being my number 1, but in truth, I do think that what I just said is probably pretty important to consider. It may be a little too early for having them at number 1. The 2nd most powerful alliance in Big Brother history is Level 6 from Big Brother 20.
So the group name is
Level 6.
Level 6.
How you guys feel about
that?
Oh man.
Yeah, has to do with like game. Okay, and this is our hand thing, handshake. So go ahead. What is?
Everyone goes in like a circle though.
So you go first. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, believe me, I didn't expect them to be this strong either, but they are. They really are. So let's get the big pink elephant out of the room first. The biggest drawback to their dominance is that they lost both Winston and Rachel in the pre-jury. That wasn't great, but in some weird, never-before-seen way that actually improved their alliance to a dramatic degree. Prior to jury, this alliance of 6 only won 3 competitions, and they were all won by the same person. The other 5 members were basically just furniture. And in the process of losing all of these competitions, they had 2 of their members get taken out, causing their overall placement to be brought down a lot. Like a 6.50 total overall placement, which is twice as bad as the number 1 on this list. You can kind of see why I didn't feel comfortable putting them at number 1. So getting that out of the way, that is the blaring negative. However, in losing those 2 members in Winston and Rachel, they somehow turned it all around and completely blitzed the rest of the season like no other, from winning 3 competitions to winning 20. 20, are you kidding me?
Congratulations, Angela.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Congratulations, Brett! You have won the power of veto!
And Casey wins the power of veto!
All 4 members won something, and really the level of power was split across the board. Likewise, having 3 affiliate members who all were able to do something amidst the season in JC, Sam, and Caitlin only proved to bolster their control, as well as the fact that they never, not once, voted incorrectly all season between all 6 of them. And unlike the other 3 alliances thus far in this video, they began on week 1 with 4 of their members making up the final 6. I understand that people are going to argue recency bias, and even though they are from a more recent season, I would actually argue that only makes me more confident in this placement, given their level of control is really fresh in my mind. Sure, their opposition was mincemeat, but then I would argue that most Big Brother players are mincemeat regardless of the season they were on. The level of control and sheer dominance from vote to vote, week to week in Big Brother 20, it was all there. Accentuated, yes, but there nonetheless. Number 1. I'm not even going to draw this one out. It's the Brigade from Big Brother 12. Okay, and with that done, I will see you guys in the next video. No, okay, we need to talk about the original most dominant alliance to ever exist. As some of you know, I had the pleasure of watching the Brigade play out live, day by day, as BB12 was the first season I ever watched, including the live feeds to which I was glued. And let me just tell you, the Brigade were so incredibly in control of everything from the very first week, just like Rockstar's daughter's birthday. I can't even, but I will.
That's the beast, the animal, the brains, the meow meow. You know what I mean? What's the name of the squad, the name of the team? Like, I thought the Brigade. We're the Brigade, bro. You down with that?
I like it.
Beast,
Brigade.
animal, the brains, the meow meow. It's like we're like the A-team.
It goes against my greatest instincts right now to say that I trust anybody, but I do. I got this gut feeling that these guys got my back. I'm going to venture to say we're the strongest alliance in Big Brother history.
Hayden, Lane, Enzo, and Matt formed in week 1 of Big Brother 12, already off to a strong start. They each set out to form sub-alliances, or have affiliates as I call them, within the alliance that everyone knew about. Lane had Brittany, Hayden had Kristen, and Matt had Reagan. Heck, at one point even Hayden and Enzo had Brendan. They used these extra players as buffers from any chance of being put up together, so in the event that they were on the block, not only would they not be up together, they would be able to control the votes against the affiliate instead of the core member. Crazy enough, despite the impressive comp wins we saw with the other 4 alliances in this video, the Brigade didn't really steamroll in this department. They mostly just won when they needed to, because they didn't really always need to. They only won 9 competitions in the entire season, but at the same time, they never once cast an incorrect vote, and 3 of their members reached the final 3, with only Matt falling shy of the top 4 due to circumstance. I mean, yes, the Brigade did strongly consider ousting him earlier for fear he may turn on them, but he never did or really intended to, and was taken out only when sitting next to one of their own.
The brilliant thing about the Brigade is you have 4 core members. 3 of them go out and get the side alliance, and the side alliance is loyal to the member who has brought them in.
You are in a house with 13 people and you control 7 votes. You run the entire house. It doesn't matter who you put up, they control the vote.
They have the highest overall average placement of any alliance, but really beyond the numbers, they all managed to just dominate the season start to finish. Even when their opposition won HOH, they were never really in trouble. I mean, partially thanks to the diamond power of veto, of course. While big alliances have existed in Big Brother since the very beginning, I think there's something to be said about how numbers 2 through 5 in this video all came to exist after the brigade, not before it. Truly, I think they set the stage for this level of dominance from an alliance of at least 4 strong. They struck fear into so many seasons afterward, wondering if the second coming of a brigade was ever on the horizon. And I don't blame them.
How do you feel about this, Matt?
My suspicions were confirmed.
What does that say?
Brigade alternate, the blonde.
Number 5.
What you guys didn't know about was a legitimate secret alliance in the house called the Brigade that was formed between Matt, Enzo, Hayden, and Lane.
And with that, that is where I'm going to leave this top 5 most powerful alliances in Big Brother history. So from one Big Brother superfan to another, what do you guys think about this top 5? Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Who would you remove or put in this top 5 instead, not including duos, mind you? And did I purposefully leave the friendship off this list? I actually didn't, and I would probably have them at number 6, but this is the top 5. Regardless, one day I will get to talking about dynamic duos, but for now, my name is Peridiam saying thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to make a final 2 deal with me on your way out, and I will see you in the next one once I totally betray that, vote you out at the final 3, and then lose in the final 2 because, surprise, I'm not very good at this whole management thing.
Congratulations, Josh. You are the winner of Big Brother. Paul and Josh.
And I'm bored for this. I'm 10 steps ahead, baby.